Small moments when team members have opportunity to log in. Let's see what you are here. And what you want to say. All right, now we're going to get started here shortly. About one. All right now. All right now. Here we go. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I am glad to have you guys logging back in here. As you can see, I have a guest with me today. The guest here is my brother from another, and not just one of the sponsors from the program, but one of the motivators that motivated me to keep this going more consistently. And I'm glad that I did. And so I just want to welcome here to our audience, Ben Randle, Coach Ben Randle.
Hey,
how you doing, my
good
brother?
morning, world. Good morning, team. Happy Water Day. Looking forward to this journey, and I really want to thank Chef Solomon for bringing this back to the front. I've been pushing something that we need, and thank you so much for setting the table. Setting the table last night really got me focused, and we're going to have, as we start, I want to make sure that the first thing we do in any task or any journey that you do is you have to set a clear vision. You have to set a clear vision, which is your purpose and your meaning. Purpose and meaning. So we know why we're here, and I just want to um, give everybody motivational thoughts for me, for myself. Uh, I've been thinking about how we're going to move and setting the course. This is not uncharted territory. This is something that, if we told you, eating the right, making these choices and those choices get you these results, that wouldn't be a secret to anybody. So it's really about why we doing it. The brother earlier last night, brother BJ said he's a lead. He's got a whole leadership session going on. I felt like the people that I know that are on this, this is like a leadership summit. My wife, when I was like, hey, trying to get her in tune to everything, she's like, she likes to test everything before jumping out the window. She want to make sure that, if the building's on fire, I'm going to have to stand and feel some of that heat before I just jump out the window, not just because you tell me it's on fire. So
got a little bit of show me. You got to show me.
Man,
I got to know a little more. I got to dig a little deeper. Hold on.
This is going to be tested by fire, but I really appreciate how you laid it out. And now we have our visions, and then everybody has their why. In any leadership development that we've all been, because these are all leaders. I know this team, they always ask you, why are you doing something? Why are you going to get out of your comfort zone? Why are you going to do something? And it's always has to be, you have to have a reason that's bigger than yourself, So ever since I did some developments when my twins were little, my big why was always the highest education and development of my extraordinary twins, accepting no limits to the possibilities they could create while exploring their dreams and passions to their fullest potential. So
nice.
And I know this leadership team already knows what they're doing and why they're doing it. So I'm just I'm looking forward to Water Day today. I'm giving everything a path, and since we know where we're going.
How is it going for you so far? Do you normally eat at night? Do you know how is this all the way from sundown yesterday to now? Is there really a change in your normal program already?
Not yet. I've been doing some intermittent fasting. So, but like Anita mentioned yesterday, this is the first fast like this. This is a test by fire. It's a little different from maybe 2 years ago. My wife and I did a 21-day cleanse, but it was a juice cleanse, and it went really well. Got good results, but that wasn't I don't think that was a full. It was a reset, but like anytime you push the reset button, when you boot something back up, it's going to be, everything's going to have to start going, and then that's going to give us a chance to pivot or navigate from
Mhm.
there some of the choices maybe that I made, where I might say, oh, let me move around, let me get around this time, until the next reset.
Yeah, no, I understand, and that is something that I am going to prep you guys for, is coming off the fast and not crashing out after the fast. So that is something that we are going to address day by day as we build momentum, as we build our confidence in the program and in ourselves, in our ability to be able to control what we do and control our thinking and control our feelings about what we're thinking, and being able to discipline ourselves in that way. Good morning, everybody. I see we got quite a few watchers on here right now, or viewers on here right now. Good morning, Charles. Thank you for being here. If you guys want to drop a good morning, feel free to. But there is definitely a good morning from us to you over there. I do want to continue to ask Ben some questions. I want him to be known to you guys, and I also want to try to extract some positive and beneficial information as we move forward. Because, as you know, and everyone that's going to be here on the show is going to be in the exact same stage as you guys. We're all here together at the same stage. We all started by uh, cutting off solids last night at sundown. Personally, I, um, I took a picture of my scale, and I'll keep it private for a quick second here. But I did take my accountability picture so that you guys know, and I will be sharing it with you guys. Maybe publicly. I have no shame in my game. But I I I plan on making great progress, and really feeling wonderful at the end of this fast. Happy Water Day, Anita. Happy Water Day. Good morning. Good morning. Glad that you guys are coming in and engaging with everyone. Please feel free to say a good morning if you can. If you can, some of you guys might be driving. Some of you guys might be in the office already, or getting the kiddos together or whatnot. So I understand. So if you could just keep an ear for us, that would be great. But in the meantime, I did want to shift my focus right here back to Ben. Ben, can you tell us a little bit about how you got not just got into the program, but really how how, let me see, how do I formulate this question? Um, how you got to this stage in health overall? Why does it matter to you? What or were there factors that triggered your awareness to your health? Tell us a little bit about how you got here to this stage in your journey yourself.
Uh, good morning, everyone. Happy Water Day. Yes, man. People that know me on the team know I try and have some positive energy, high energy mantras and things of that sort. Like I always say, health is wealth, and family is everything. So we're here. We're here with family. We're going to take a journey. And my background, as far as getting to that point, um, so some of you know I have a twin brother, and he's because some of my people are here that go back all the way back like seats in a Cadillac. Back to high school, we were. My brother was always. He's in Chinese medicine, so he was always on some healthy stuff, even high school, uh, and he used to. He was like doing vegetarian and vegan, and I think at one point he took out. He was doing a lot of soy. They had a bad they had a bad reaction to that later, because a lot of times we think we're making healthy choices, and sometimes that may not be as highly beneficial to one person as another person. So me now I have so I had that, my big whys when I had the twins. Well, that was, they're 20 now. So now I have two more big whys. I got OG, Olivia Grace. We call her OG. She's 10. And XL, Xavier Logan, from Logan Square, like his mama. And he's 8. And so I still say that same, the highest education and development of my extraordinary kids, experiencing, accepting no limits to the possibilities they can create, and exploring their dreams and passions to their fullest potential. And as a head, as a head of that family unit, my wife's also, she's a little younger than me. I don't know if I want to get into any indicators, but we old school. We're from the golden age. Let's just say that we're from the golden age of just about everything. They don't make them like they used to. We say that. We built different. I got about 12 years on my wife, and the kids are, like I said, 10 and 8. So one of my motivations was them, and having the responsibility to be here for them. I got to take care of, you got to take care of yourself. And so I keep that in mind. That's one of the things that got me started on the path. And all of my influences in here, I got Chef Solomon, who really educated me on some things over the last couple years. And my wife and I had started a business. So most of us here, we're leaders, we're businesses. This is the marketplace, products and services, and then what you become, what you develop, what you invest in as yourself, because you're your greatest asset. So anyway, we started a cosmetic tattoo business, a permanent makeup business about 10 years ago. And I was the first customer. And my point in that is that if you're going to do something, and you have to be willing to do it yourself before you would ever have someone else do it. And I think that's why my wife she's doing it. So she's riding with me, and then then once we know it's what we hoped for, we'll be able to bring it to the masses.
Understood.
Yes.
Were you always health conscious? Were you unhealthy at some point?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, I was. I started. I started. I would say back in high school, I started deciding, like, trying to get. They say it takes 21 days to, start a habit or to break a habit. I started deciding there, like, when I graduated from high school, I was like, I'm going to quit. I'm going to start getting rid of, some habits that I thought might not be beneficial. So it was like 1990. I just said it. That's when I first quit one thing, but I said, I'm going to stop smoking weed. Oh, in 1990, I retired. Then I left. I came back. I left the country. I came back in 94, and I was doing some other. I brought something back from Amsterdam that was hadn't been here yet. Now it's everybody. We were talking about the edibles and stuff. So shout out to those who know the old school history of the famous space cakes. We brought back to the Shy. So I don't know how unhealthy that was then. So that was 1990. Then in 2000, so in high school, that's where we started smoking cigarettes, for example. I smoked cigarettes from like sophomore year until 2000. So every 10 years, I was trying to get something off of the table. So I quit smoking in 12 years in 2000. So that's already 26 years. Uh, and then uh, and then 2010, another 10 years. Then decided I was going to stop drinking alcohol. So we did that. That's when I got together with my wife. So, and we were together 3 years before we got married. And I don't think I drank anything during that window, maybe till we had some champagne or something. Champagne campaign, never complain.
Mhm.
That's how that goes.
You're allowed to enjoy your time with your wife, though.
I feel like it's
Everything in moderation.
yeah, there it is. And I knew you were gonna say that. Do the moderation. It was the saying we had back in the day that said too much of anything makes you an addict. Do the moderation. I think Common said that, do the moderation. Um, so anything in moderation. And I think about that. What you mentioned last night was something that could be highly beneficial for you could turn into something that's not good for you. Like you said, you overdosed on avocado or even water, even the thing that we need to exist. The two things we need to exist are light and water. Everything else comes from that. And then in the human condition, us all being in that category, we have two things every day, decisions that we have to make. It's what you need as a human. You need rest. Your body needs to rest, and and what you put in it.
Fuel.
Body rest and fuel. If there was a disaster, we're having all these tornadoes, power goes out, you food and shelter. Those are the top two things that come back. That's I treat every day like that.
Yeah, I definitely implement a sense of gratitude for having those things regularly. That really puts my focus into things, and even at this stage, there are many people that have to water fast regularly. Don't have a choice. They go days and days of water fasting. Hopefully they have clean water. You know what I mean? So it helps put things in perspective. Like, hey, I can do a little bit for everybody. Like, I can handle this. Like, I should be able to relate. I should be able to push through, and we will. We absolutely will. Good morning, Princess. Good morning. Thank you for dropping the sunshine there for us. Thank you for dropping the sunshine. I do want to address a couple of things. I did send out those emails last night that have the more closely defined daily regimen. As far as the capsules, I did outline the capsule regimen in the email, just to touch base quickly on it. Day one, again, it's our water day. Day two, it's going to be our dry fast day. Day three, we're going to take in all three factors of the liquid that we need. That's going to be the water for hydration, the herbs for cleansing, and the electrolytes to rebuild and to energize us. The capsules are going to be taking one of each capsule in the morning, and then one of each capsule in the evening, somewhere around sundown. Try to give yourself 1 hour before you lay your body in a horizontal position after taking the capsule. Again, try to wait 1 hour before you lay your body flat. Laying on the couch still counts as laying your body flat in a horizontal position there. So try to wait. Try to give gravity and try to give your body some time to process the capsules so that they're already, at the very least, in the hydrochloric acid of the stomach before you lay down, so that they can work overnight with your lymphatic system hand in hand to detoxify your body and we try to remove as much waste as possible first thing in the morning. Also, based on our conversation, another one of the concerns in via email was bowel movements. Nothing here has a laxative effect. Nothing that we are taking is going to induce bowel movement. The sea moss is going to allow for a smoother bowel movement on a regular basis, but it does not induce and will not induce bowel movement or uncontrollable bowel movement at any point in time. It's not that type of fast. If you overdo, let's say if you guys are taking black seed oil or taking some type of coconut oil, olive oil in the morning regularly with the sea moss, with the liquids, you may see it may seem like you got to go, and it may, because that oil is a lubricator, so it may help push stool down into the intestines to exit the body, but again, there's nothing that we're taking that's going to induce an uncontrollable bowel movement, so we don't have to worry about that. And also, and so there's 7 capsules. We're scheduled to really take 6 of them, but I always add a 7th one just in case a capsule goes missing or you drop one on the floor and something, whatever. So it would be the 3 days in a row, day 3, day 4, and day 5, where we are going to be really using the capsules to clean the organs, clean the systems, clean the bloodstream inside of the body consistently for a 72-hour period. We're just going to keep putting it in there with the liquids, and then we're going to be using the foods, the fruits, the greens, and the vegetables to consistently help us push the waste that the body is breaking down internally out of the body. So I did want to make sure that we address those program type of topics here today. If anyone have any questions, please feel free to post it in the comment. I'm here, and we are attentive to the comments as they're coming in, so we can go ahead and get your day started right. Preparing for the day. There are going to be moments today that you are just going to push through. I'm not going to prepare us to be babies here. I'm going to prepare us to be conquerors. I'm going to prepare us to accomplish the task at hand. So we're not going to, at no point in this process, and let me be clear, at no point in this process are we victims. At no point. We are volunteers, willful, and intentional in what we are doing. We're not victims to anything or anyone. We're not going to allow our bodies and our minds to convince us that healthy things are too hard for us. We're not going to do that. We're not going to become crippled in life because of the way we think. If we lack confidence, then what we need is information, repetition, practice, and then we build our confidence. Understand? So let's be clear about that. We're taking this bull by the horns. We're in control at every moment, and we're going to hold ourselves accountable for the moments that we struggle to keep control. But we will keep control. Keep that in mind. We didn't start this program to teeter-totter. We didn't jump into this program to dip our toe in the water. We're in. We are in. Okay? So keep that in mind. If you guys need assistance, additional information, have questions or concerns, you guys can call us at the store number, or you can send me an email, and I would definitely reply there. So keep that in mind. So how do you see Ben? Back to Ben. How do you see tomorrow going for you? At sundown tonight, we are cutting all food and water. Have you ever dry fasted before?
Uh, no,
Dry fast means
no,
no
this is
food, no water. Yeah.
no.
No.
This will be the first time for that. But
Okay.
like I said, with the casting of the vision, the clear vision and the path, now that you laid set the table so nicely, today's water day, tomorrow we know what tomorrow is. So
Go to
that's
war day.
sometimes you have a destination, and then you have the roads you have to take to get there. So yeah, we're looking. The journey of 1,000 miles starts under one footstep. We've
Mhm.
already done the first thing. The first thing you have to do to finish something is begin something.
Start. Yeah.
If you don't start, you can't. There's no way to finish anything you
Hmm.
don't start. So
And keep in mind, today being water day, we're gonna take full advantage of today being water day, uh, because we are going to want hydrated cells. That's very important. One of the reasons why we're drinking water like spring water today and not coconut water and not herb stuff is because we just want to flush out what's already there. Um, we want to hydrate the body. We want to flush out. We don't want to try to, on day one, while we still have intestines full of waste, try to mineralize the body heavily on day one. On day one, on the contrary, we're going to push out some of the old liquid that's in the body. We're going to induce urination. We're going to make sure that we're hydrated so the colon can have enough enough hydration to move bowels. And it normally takes about 48 hours to remove everything that's actively in the intestines, not calcified. So that's what these 2 days are also about. There's layers to this. So the first day is hydration, so that the body can have the liquid that it needs to remove the waste. And then the second day is deprivation or dehydration, would be so to allow all this old liquid to mix the new liquid with the old liquid that's inside of our body. In this process, the the solid waste is going to soften up, and things are going to be we'll be removing waste. And we have a question here. We have a question. I'm trying to hydrate thoroughly by drinking a cup or two every hour. Is this okay? Um, yes. Um, 8 ounces to 16 ounces an hour is okay. It may make you feel a little bloated though too, a little overhydrated. If once you get into that fifth hour, 6 hour, seventh hour, 8th hour of your waking day, drinking, and you're probably going to slow down. Um, but at that point, what you would do is the same thing. I'm already in the process. I'm not here to chug water. I'm just wetting my mouth. That's all I'm really doing. I'm wetting my mouth. I'm just taking a quick intake of water to settle the stomach, to just hydrate the body quickly, to refresh the throat, my esophagus. And yeah, if I'm exerting energy, I may need a little bit more hydration overall because I'm probably burning more calories at that point. But my our job here is not to burn calories throughout this week. Although if the ability to be active is very important, and we do encourage a level of activity, but um, never to the point of like exhaustion, never to the point of pain, never like if you're in the gym, slight tension, slight pressure, that's all you need. I'll probably even recommend a water workout or something like that to be in a more balanced environment, where your body's not uh, going through a wear and tear type of workout. But some people will be working out during this process. I do plan to jog a little bit once we are into our third day and where I'm bringing in nutrition. I do plan on jogging a few days. So we'll see how that goes as well. But in the morning here, starting Charles, I do recommend at the minimum 8 to 16 ounces in the first hour of your day, and if you can throughout that for a few hours, if you can sustain that for a few hours, that would be great. That would be beneficial. But you won't have to sustain that for the entirety of the day. If you are parched, if you're thirsty, feel free to drink the water that you know, as much water as you need that make you feel hydrated. Listen to your body. So when you have that, I needed that. Hey, that's great, you know. But everyone might not need that. It's not going to be a set standard that everyone has to drink a cup or two every hour. Some people kind of might skip a few hours. Somebody like me, I just like to sip. You know, every few minutes I'll sip something soft. So. All right. It says I will call you with my question later, Chef Solomon. I'm attending a conference in Orlando. We'll be out of sessions throughout the day. No worries. Thank you for joining us this morning, Princess. Thank you for the participation. Please rewatch this at a later time, just in case any relevant information outside of what we're already discussing comes forth today. Okay. Good. I'm glad that you got that there, Charles. I'm glad that you got that there. All right. Any message, Ben? Any words for the people, you know, your friends and acquaintances that you have invited into the program? I see they're here, they're active. It makes me feel good that your people are accountable and that you're presenting yourself in front of them, accountable to them.
Absolutely. No, this like I said, they're in at a leadership conference. They're the leaders, and they're still making doing this their own leadership conference here. So um, so one thing I learned, and later on in the week we'll probably get some gems from our some of the fitness coaches, Julius, Coach Collins, and his brother Julian from Get Fit First Fitness. I've been uh, well, I've been trained by uh, Julius, you know, back 25 years back, and then the last couple years he's been um, working. He's been, and he'll when he comes in, he'll tell you about that. But he teaches you know, you take what the body gives you, you know. And one of the things with the hydration that he always says is the water you drink today is for tomorrow, is for tomorrow's hydration. So, you know, the water we're drinking today is to so that when we're on that second, yeah, when we're on the dry fast, all the water that we drink today is going to be hydrating us tomorrow.
It's been like it's what's going to be processing and running the body tomorrow. Yeah.
So think about that. Today we're preparing for tomorrow, what we're doing today, and it's all another step in the path to get to where we're going. And the way, as fast as the summer, strategically, timing wise, this is as we talked about, we think is good timing because uh we in the shy, you know, it's summertime shy, you know, it's, you know, the greatest city in the world. We got any food, you got so many opportunities. You're outside in the summer, you're on the water, you're wherever you are, festivals, etc. There's food, there's any kind of food you can think of. Uh, this would be, and then, you know, that kind of builds up, and then you have our schedules are not everybody, but for those that still have the younger kids, like mine, we know the dates. We know school starts on the 24th, a week from today. So the schedule's going to change. We're going to go back to, you know, waking up at 6 o'clock, or waking the kids up, because I still wake up at the same time, but they wake up whenever they wake. You just let them sleep. They'll wake up on their own, maybe around noon. So we got to get them on that back on their schedule. So that's the timing of this. So I'm calling this scheduling the end of summertime shy / back to school. So yeah, I think that's a helpful thing, because there's a lot of people that were, timing is key. Timing is important. They were saying, well, you have to time, you have to strategically plan certain moves you're going to make, or you're going to pivot, or what you're going to do next. So, man, for us, now is the time, because we in it, so let's, not so much focus on the the things. We're going to take what our body gives us. So there's an old saying, this isn't a secret either, where they say, hey, you got 2 ears and 1 mouth. You should be listening. That's right. I think that's biblical. So in this instance, I look at our body. What we're eating is our mouth. So I'm looking at that as the talking, and listening is to our bodies. To when I say take what your body gives you, that's the ears. That's the listening. So you shut out the noise. So you can hear. So your body will tell you what it needs to know. When it's about mobility or moving, when you wake up, you assess yourself, and you'll find out more about that later. There's a lot of things to it, to this journey. There's mobility, there's grounding, there's nutrition, and all of that stuff that we're learning. So when I say take what the body gives you, what I've started to do is I can listen to my body better when I'm not talking. I can hear better when I'm not doing all the talking.
Yeah.
It gets to the point where, how I said, your decisions is making sure your body rests with what the body requires, and then what you put in it. And when you put something in it that's, maybe it has some, you want it at the time, or you do it, your body will tell you. Once you get finely tuned, your body will tell you if it was beneficial for you in the long run. Like it was good. Some of it's good going in, and not good going out. So just listen to your body. We'll take what the body gives us.
Absolutely. So we're here winding into 8:45. I don't want to draw out the morning session too much here. Princess says, will do. I will watch later. Hey, Ben, thanks for this rich opportunity and conversation. This is Princess Ayers.
Princess and Anita, those we go back, like I said, seats in a Cadillac. Those two are like peas and carrots. Good. And they some heavy hitters too. So this is like a leadership summit. This is like we're going to go through the path. We're not going to ask anybody to do anything we wouldn't be willing to do ourselves. So once we get through it, then we'll know what the next steps are.
Yes, we will. All right. So with that said, it looks like you guys are also tuning out. I know you guys got work to do and things that you got to get done there. So with that, we anticipate speaking and coming out here tomorrow as well at 8 a.m. Just getting the day started, just getting some morning motivation, just getting some morning coordination. Making sure that we're holding ourselves accountable and showing ourselves to be accountable to everyone here. and I am excited. I'm excited for the day. We're going to Wusa today. We're going to Chama today. Nothing, we don't have to get excited or too excited or overly exhort ourselves. Let's just go with the flow. We're gonna take the we're gonna follow what the earth and the celestial bodies do and what nature does. We're going to take the path of least resistance. We're not going to force. We're just going to move around. If someone cuts you off today in traffic, don't blow the horn. Let's try to just say, maybe they're going through something. Let them go. Let it go. Let it go. Why do I need to blow the horn and let them know how dissatisfied I am with their driving? So that's what I mean by Wusa today. We're just going to take it easy so that we can get into this battle and keep the right frame of mind. With that said, I'm thankful, Ben. Thank you for coming out here this morning, for making the accommodations last minute and taking the time and giving the effort to come out here and share with our team and to contribute to the positivity and to share those gems with everyone. Do you have any last words here?
Everybody, let's make it
Closing
a great
statement.
day. Let's
Yeah.
make it a great day.
Let's make it a great day. Don't come ready made, y'all.
Make your next move your best move.
Indeed. All right, everybody.
It'll be greater later.
It will be greater later. It's getting great now. It's getting great now. Later, like 15 minutes, he's talking about.
Take what your body gives you. Listen.
Listen to it. Yeah, be still. Be still. You can't be afraid to be silent. If every time there's silence, you have to fill it with sound, then you have to reconsider the amount of peace that you currently enjoy. Something to think about. Charles, peace, family. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Charles. I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're feeling good and ready for this maintenance check, because I know you've done this quite a few times, and I'm pretty sure it keeps you checked in and in tune. So with that said, everybody, I want you guys to have a great morning. Make it a great morning. And we will see you guys tomorrow. If there's additional questions or concerns throughout the day, feel free to send me an email. Until then, peace.
Are we still on?
Yeah.
I wore my bright colors today just to be positive, so I don't look like how I might feel at the time.
I was a little intentional too. We got next, baby. We got next.
Yes, indeed. And I was gonna say, everybody.
All right, man.
Oh, everybody, stay on your path and in your purpose. And remember where we're going. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. We might not look like how we feel, because some of us do have a little bit of advantage. They don't make them like that. They say black don't crack and beige don't age. So, but we know we still got to feel. We got to feel it in here. So, peace, be still.
Indeed, brother Julius, peace, my brother. I see you caught on. I don't know if you caught on when we first got on at 8. If you didn't, though, you can always rewatch. Just to stay in tune, to stay enlightened at our pace and our suggested pace and spirit in the program. But with that said, we're at 8:50 here, and we're going to get this day started. Let's go. See y'all tomorrow. Peace.